where silence often shades the darkest of secrets. One mother's courage is about to challenge generations of cultural taboos. This is a story of breaking chains, of finding strength in vulnerability, of choosing to protect the next generation no matter the cost. In the bustling heart of Lagos, where life moves at a rapid pace, Ezinne notices something that sent chills down her spine. At her daughter's school, a new teacher always offers to keep children after school hours, always has candies in his pockets, always insists on hugging the students. It's familiar, too familiar. While other parents dismisses her concerns as overthinking things, Ezinne sees the pattern. She has lived it. She recognizes the signs, the grooming, the gift giving, the secret keeping. She sees how predators don't just target children, they target entire communities, building webs of trust they can exploit. In the warm afternoon light of their modest Lagos home, Ezinne sits with her 3-year-old daughter Adako, having a simple but important conversation. Like any loving and protective mother, she wants to keep her child safe. She's teaching Adako about personal boundaries and body safety, using words a little child can understand. These parts covered by your clothes are private, she explains gently. Nobody should touch them except when mama helps you bathe or when the doctor checks you with mama present. Little Adako listens carefully, nodding as she absorbs her mother's words. The peaceful moment shatters as Ugoeze, Ezinne's closest friend, bursts into the room. Her horror at witnessing this conversation echoes deep-rooted cultural beliefs. Alo, taboo, she exclaims. You can't be telling Adako this at her age, Ezinne. Pulling Ezinne outside, leaving little Adako confused and consigned. But behind Ezinne's careful teachings lies a story of pain, one that takes us back 28 years. In a different part of Lagos, where dreams were innocent and trust was given freely, young Ezinne's life was about to change forever. When I was little, she begins, no one taught me about staying safe. No one told me what was right or wrong. Brother Chike, a respected family friend, used his position of trust to create opportunities for harm. He would bring me sweets, tell me I was his favorite. With simple gifts and kind words, he slowly built a wall of secrecy around a little girl who didn't understand what was happening to her. He did things that made me feel scared and confused. I didn't know it was wrong. I didn't have the words to tell anyone. While her mother rushed to the markets each morning and her father worked long hours at the newspaper company, young Ezinne carried a burden no child should bear. The weight of confusion, fear, and unspoken pain became her silent companion. Now, sitting on the wooden bench outside her home, Ezinne finally shares her truth with Ugoeze. I've never told anyone, not even my husband, Ezinne muttered. I've carried this burden my whole life, but now I look at Adako and I know I can't let history repeat itself. She needs to know her body is her own sacred space. Her voice, though trembling, carries the strength of a mother determined to protect her child. She explains how teaching children about personal safety isn't about stealing their innocence, it's about preserving it. I was not just one child who faced betrayal, I was one of many. These conversations aren't about taking away childhood innocence, Ezinne explains. They are about protecting it. We teach our children to be careful with fire, to look both ways before crossing the street. Why not teach them how to keep their bodies safe too? Children should know that they can say no to unwanted touches, even from people they know. They should learn that they won't get in trouble for telling their parents about uncomfortable situations. Today you have a choice. Will you let discomfort silence you, or will you be your child's first line of defense? Will you wait until it's too late, or will you act now? Because somewhere in our community, there is a child who needs this knowledge. There is a parent who needs this wake-up call. There is a predator counting on your silence. What if I told you that as we speak now, dozens of children will face situations they are not prepared for? What if I told you that silence isn't protecting our children, it's protecting those who wish to harm them? The most dangerous predators don't hide in shadows, they hide in plain sight, behind smiles, trust, and respectability. Ugeze nods thoughtfully, tears glistening in her eyes. An understanding dawns on her. She feels a power breaking through her silence and giving her a voice. This isn't just your story, Ezinne. It's a call to action for every parent, every guardian, every adult who has the power to protect a child. The circle of silence ends with us. Our children's safety begins with our courage to speak, to teach, and protect.
We would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about teaching children personal boundaries and body safety? Do you believe it's necessary? And how would you have approached it? Share your opinions in the comment section below. Now, if you are yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button right now and write in the comment section, I want to see episode 2 of Every Parent Fight. Don't forget to hit the like button. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Call others to action by sharing this video with every parent you know, friends, families, and colleagues. Stay with us as we explore crucial conversations for children ages 5 to 7 and discover the power of knowing. Thank you. See you in our next episode. Bye for now. Bye bye.